Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 origin continent based on novel. So let's start. Emperor observed Luo Feng. This Luo, his physical body features characteristics of a primal chaos layer creature, and after becoming a guest elder he exchanged for the first calamity of the 8 tribulations life form. Not long ago, Chu Yu even helped him obtain a portion of the golden feathered divine bird's body material. As an emperor of Emperor Chu's lineage, the gathered intelligence on Luo Feng's arrival in Chu capital would naturally be presented to the emperor. The emperor usually didn't bother to look, but now that he was interested in investigating, he came to understand many details about Luo Feng. Whether it's my flame wind ancient country, or the thunder ancient country, I have never heard of anyone reaching the transcendence of primal chaos realm by relying solely on a body refining method like that of the primal chaos layer creatures. Does that mean he has created his own body refining method? The emperor became intrigued. With his insight, he was well aware that achieving transcendence in the primal chaos realm across the entire land of origin generally involves cultivating some special heritage, such as using primordial force or primordial materials for cultivation, to possess the strength of transcendence in the realm level of primal chaos. Creating his own secret technique to reach transcendence in primal chaos realm. This represented immense potential. Has Chu Yuan brought back a cultivator of extremely high talent? The emperor wondered. In this moment, the emperor's esteem for Luo Feng rose above that of a first-rank marquis. The imperial clan, having proliferated endlessly over eons, were countless. Numerous imperial clan members were discarded into small universes to fend for themselves, indicative of the emperor's attitude toward the imperial clan. The emperor also valued the unlimited godly bodies of the imperial clan and the first-rank marquises, approaching them with an attitude of nurturing the clan's future generations. This Luo he, being able to create his own secret technique of transcendence in the primal chaos realm. Perhaps he will become one of our peers one day. The emperor observed Luo Feng, facing many difficulties and obstacles himself as an emperor. Even the exalted primogenitor Yang Feng was also advancing through darkness. Look into his past in detail, his traces in the land of origin are too few, the emperor thought. If there are no issues, then I can fully draw him to my side. Emperor Chu Yu was currently above the Marquis mansion, looking eagerly in the direction of Thousand Star Tower. Suddenly, the silver light cage that had sealed the Thousand Star Tower abruptly disappeared, revealing a figure in a black robe. It was Luo Feng. Luo Feng was holding a meatball in one hand, the bound form of Marquis Chu Yuan. This scene warmed Emperor Chu Yu's heart. Are all the enemies gone? Only Luo he left. Emperor Chu Yu speculated, what exactly is the meatball held in brother Luo his hand? At that moment, Emperor Chu Yu immediately headed towards the direction of Thousand Star Tower. And the location of Thousand Star Tower was desolate. This minor punishment, if you dare bother me again, I will make you suffer even more severe punishments, Luo Feng casually threw, and the meatball was flung far away, rapidly regaining the form of the hairy, ugly figure of Marquis Chu Yuan. Marquis Chu Yuan, with his ugly, fully hairy body, stood dumbfounded in midair. Just a moment ago, having been beaten into mud, even into a liquid, Marquis Chu Yuan felt only pain, as if trapped in an endless nightmare, until now when he regained his freedom. This is a minor punishment. Marquis Chu Yuan looked at Luo Feng, dared not say more, and quickly flew away. Only then did Luo Feng wave his hand, releasing the many buildings of Thousand Star Tower, as well as the cultivators inside. The many cultivators all excitedly looked towards the man in black outside, all respectfully saluting and shouting, "Thank you, great saint. Thank you, great saint." Each cultivator was very grateful. The great saints of primal chaos, each exalted high above, few cared about these weaker lives. It was considered decent to not deliberately slaughter, unintentional impacts were very common. Luo Feng glanced at the many cultivators of Thousand Star Tower, inwardly sighing. Many powerful beings in the land of origin did not care too much about the lives at the bottom. Not deliberately killing was already considered good, and unintentional impacts were very common. Brother Luo he, Emperor Chu Yu emerged from the void, coming close to Luo Feng, finally daring to step out of the Marquis mansion in person. What exactly is going on? Weren't Marquis Chu Yuan, Marquis Chu Ji, and the three guest elders joining hands against you? They dared to attack Yuan next to me, forcing me to show myself, Luo Feng said angrily. Naturally, I could not endure any longer and had to punish them. To punish them? Emperor Chu Yu blinked his eyes. 1 against 5, and he ended up punishing the others. Let's go to Brother Luo his cave mansion, we can have a good talk there. Emperor Chu Yu felt a tremendous opportunity right before him. Let's go. Luo Feng nodded, immediately transporting Emperor Chu Yu through the void, reaching the cave mansion in merely 2 steps. Luo He Cave Mansion. Emperor Chu Yu was also secretly amazed. Chu Capital had strong suppression over space-time, and usually, beings in the primal chaos realm could only teleport short distances. Luo Feng bringing him from Thousand Star Tower to the cave mansion, in just 2 steps, showed remarkable abilities in traversing the void. They 5 against you, and you punish them. What kind of punishment? Emperor Chu Yu immediately inquired. That guest Elder Zun has the causality escape technique, and her escape capabilities are quite formidable, praised Luo Feng. She managed to take Marquis Chu Ji with her as they fled, and I failed to stop them. As for the others, I destroyed the true bodies of 2, took away all their treasures, and beat Marquis Chu Yuan into a pulp, taking away his godly king weapon. That counted as punishment. Luo Feng did not intend to conceal this, because the spoils of war he had collected still needed Emperor Chu Yu's help to sell, in exchange for the cultivation resources he needed. **The novel, F.I.et website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Emperor Chu Yu's eyes widened a bit. 1 against 5, completely sweeping through. Only 2 escaped by using the causality escape technique. Brother Luo He, your strength now. Emperor Chu Yu was somewhat excited. Fortunately, the golden feathered divine bird feathers you brought helped with my body refining secret technique, and I've made further progress. Luo Feng smiled. I barely qualify as having reached the transcendence of primal chaos realm, but my methods as a cultivator focusing on the physical body are still quite crude. Emperor Chu Yu said joyfully, Brother Luo He, being able to take on 5 and completely sweep through. I guess you must have transcended the primal chaos realm. My methods still need a lot of improvements, Luo Feng said. It was the truth. Every aspect was too rough. They say those who transcend the primal chaos realm can fight against those at the first realm of godly king. Yet, Luo Feng felt that if he encountered someone at the first realm of godly king, he would probably be toyed with. He could only bully those at the pinnacle of the primal chaos realm, relying on an absolute advantage in power to break laws with force and sweep through recklessly. Brother Luo He, you are already very strong. Within our entire Emperor Chu's lineage, there are only 2 who have transcended the primal chaos realm, Emperor Chu Yu said. Now you are the 3rd person in Emperor Chu's lineage who has transcended. Whether it was Luo Feng or the other 2 who had transcended, they were all guest officials of Emperor Chu's lineage. With your current status, your situation has changed dramatically, said Emperor Chu Yu excitedly. Many troublesome missions, with your strength, are no longer an issue. Later, I can also help you get some more dangerous missions, but similarly, the merit points will be greater. Right, Brother Luo He, are you interested in some missions on the frontier? Emperor Chu Yu said, Flame Wind Ancient Country and Thunder Ancient Country, the entire borderline is fiercely contested. Typical conflicts are controlled at the primal chaos layer, so a being who has transcended the primal chaos realm has a great advantage at the border, Emperor Chu Yu said. Normally, it takes thousands of chaos eras for a godly king-level conflict to erupt, and at that time, those in the primal chaos realm will withdraw. Luo Feng was very aware. The internal competition within Emperor Chu's lineage was fierce. Like the 13 channels of the imperial clan of Flame Wind Ancient Country, strife would only be crazier. As for the 2 great ancient countries, the main reason for the deaths of godly kings in the entire land of origin was their involvement in the wars between these 2 countries. The missions on the frontier can wait for now, Luo Feng said. I still need to cultivate in seclusion for some time. All right, I'll listen to you, Brother Luo He, Emperor Chu Yu said with a radiant smile. by the way, now that you possess the strength of one who has transcended the primal chaos realm, the ancestor might consider you and take you as a direct disciple. A thought struck Luo Feng's heart. A guest official, who has transcended the primal chaos realm, would generally be able to take an emperor, or some powerful godly king as a mentor, said Emperor Chu Yu. You just need to wait patiently. There should be some results soon. Luo Feng nodded. With this in mind, he was not in a hurry to deal with the spoils of war. He would wait and see how things unfolded. These treasures must be used strategically. As the battle at the Thousand-Star Tower concluded, news of this fight was quickly collated and soon spread throughout the city. A conflict involving a first-class marquis implicated guest official Luo He. Guest official Luo He, 1 against 5, direct sweep. Marquis Chu Ji and guest official Zun escaped using the causality escape technique. The other 3 weren't so fortunate. Marquis Chu Yuan was beaten into a pulp, and nothing was left of the other 2. The impact of this news on various forces within Chu capital can be imagined. At the Marquis Chu Yu's mansion, the lady of the mansion and her 3 sons, given their status, naturally also got wind of this major news. Mother, did uncle really sweep through 5? The eldest son was so excited that his whole body was radiating heat. Is my uncle transcended the primal chaos realm? Mother, has Uncle Luo He transcended the primal chaos realm? In our Emperor Chu's lineage, is Uncle Luo He the 3rd person to transcend the primal chaos realm? His power rivals that of an ordinary godly king. All 3 sons were very excited. This was their own uncle. That Marquis Chu Ji, Marquis Chu Yuan were blind to provoke your uncle, the lady of the mansion said with a radiant smile. Now they have suffered a huge loss. In the recent few chaos eras, as one of the 7 first-class marquises with the weakest power and foundation, their entire faction had been somewhat stifled. Just then, Emperor Chu Yu walked in. Father. Chu Yu. All 3 sons and the lady immediately went up to greet him. Father, about uncle, the youngest son wanted to confirm. Ha ha ha. You must have all received the news, and yes, it's all true. Emperor Chu Yu laughed heartily. Rare for him, my brother Luo He indeed exists in a state of transcendence beyond the primal chaos realm, but you still need to restrain yourselves a bit outside, and not be arrogant. Understood, the 3 sons immediately responded. Lady, let's have a feast tonight to celebrate for my brother Luo He, Emperor Chu Yu said. Okay, I'll arrange it right away. The lady of the mansion was also fired up. Ha ha ha, Emperor Chu Yu left laughing. After being stifled for so long, even preparing to endure a lengthy and obscure period, a sudden joy from heaven now meant his path ahead would be much clearer. Of the 7 first-class marquises, only he, Emperor Chu Yu, had a guest official who had transcended the primal chaos realm. A conflict in Chu capital of the flame-wind ancient country spread first throughout the entire city, then it spread across the entire land of origin in a short amount of time. Flame-wind ancient country has another transcendent being of the primal chaos realm emerged. The 70th first transcendence of the primal chaos realm in the entire land of origin. Great Saint Luo He. Regardless of the overt or covert powers, all were highly interested in this piece of information. Because transcendence of the primal chaos realm could now be regarded as the equivalent of an ordinary godly king, and numerically, transcendence of the primal chaos realm were even rarer than godly kings. See a thnovlaya.net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The name Great Saint Luo He was recorded by many nations and forces. What? He has transcended the primal chaos realm. Her Royal Highness Princess Yu Shui Tianyu of Yu Kingdom was somewhat perplexed when she received the news. When he was living reclusively in Huyang City, he only displayed the strength of an eternal true god. Now that he has gone to Chu capital, he has transcended the primal chaos realm. No wonder he didn't acknowledge my father as his teacher. The princess somewhat understood. Those who have transcended the primal chaos realm, holding a status equivalent to an ordinary godly king, desire even more to take emperors as their mentors. Of course, the powerful beings of the entire land of origin would most prefer to take as their mentors the ancestors of the 2 ancient countries. Alas, these ancestors of the ancient countries, seldom appearing even in the longest of ages. Even some ancient godly kings struggle to meet them, let alone to take them as mentors. The tier of an emperor is more commonly seen in the land of origin. Great Saint Luo, he has actually transcended the primal chaos realm. Marquis Liu Yin, aware of the news, was also somewhat shocked. The last time he and I sparred, he merely exhibited the pinnacle strength of the primal chaos realm, and did not destroy my true body. Was he deliberately concealing his strength? Or did he make a breakthrough after arriving in Chu capital? Marquis Liu Yin felt somewhat panicked. Gaining an enemy who has transcended the primal chaos realm was naturally troublesome. His city, Huyang City, is right next to my fief. Marquis Liu Yin was somewhat distracted. Ha ha ha. On the other hand, Marquis of Zhujiang, upon receiving the news, was overjoyed. Brother Luo, he has actually transcended the primal chaos realm. Sending him Huyang City back then was a stroke of genius, pure genius. His fief was secure for the future. And he now had a strong support. The gap between the top and the pinnacle of the primal chaos realm wasn't considered too large. Like Marquis of Zhujiang, could engage with Marquis Liu Yin in a few moves and still manage to escape. But the gap between the pinnacle and the transcendence of the primal chaos realm was huge. This was a qualitative change. Normally, those who have transcended the primal chaos realm often rely on primordial force, or primordial materials to cultivate some special legacies, granting themselves the strength of a godly king tier. They completely overpower those at the pinnacle of the primal chaos realm. Luo Feng also managed this step through his formless and intangible ability. Thunder Ancient Country, another of the two core powers of the land of origin, had almost half of the border countries completely aligned with Thunder Ancient Country. In these border countries, there were no flame wind pavilions, only thunderclap commerce. A city on the border of Thunder Ancient Country. Boom 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 tilde tilde tilde. A burly man with blue scale armor wings, clad in heavy armor, rode a primal chaos realm exotic beast exuding endless chill as he led the royal guard team descending from the sky, heading straight for the city owner's mansion. City Lord. The subordinates inside the city owner's mansion bowed respectfully upon seeing the burly man. This was none other than the most revered figure of the entire city, the city lord Zhuo Shanjin. Hurry and prepare some food and drink. The burly man ordered and then headed towards the main hall, while the primal chaos realm exotic beast flew to its own territory inside the city owner's mansion. Inside the main hall, the burly man's massive wings retracted, an invisible aura of authority naturally spread, his eyes deep while his lips curled up slightly, displaying a hint of a smile. The talent of this disciple of mine is truly impressive. Having arrived in the land of origin just over 30 years ago, he has already become a transcendent of the primal chaos realm, the burly man thought. His talent and potential far surpass mine. Revenge is hopeful, the burly man thought. He was indeed mountain sitting guest, reincarnated in the land of origin. As Luo Feng's mentor, based on some detailed information about Luo He, such as the time he emerged in the land of origin and the time Luo Feng experienced reincarnation, the weapons used. A godly body as tall as the heavens. Very few friends and family, with one called primordial. Based on this information, mountain sitting guest could easily deduce that Luo He was Luo Feng. Although my greatest hope is pinned on my disciple, I also need to strive myself, so that in the future when we actually confront the Sha Kingdom, I don't become a burden to my disciple, and at best, I could even restrain one or two from the Sha Kingdom, the burly man thought. Originally, I followed Flame Wind Ancient Country, but this life it seems I shall be a guest official of Thunder Ancient Country. Thunder Ancient Country should have some legacies different from those of the Flame Wind Ancient Country. I hope that in this life, my strength will advance further, the burly man thought. Mountain sitting guest was well aware that in the past he survived being chased by 3 masters of the Sha Kingdom using his ability to protect himself. But for revenge, merely relying on the ability to protect oneself was not enough. A fundamental breakthrough in strength was essential. Thunder Ancient Country, most adept at cultivating using the primordial bloodline. In this lifetime, I will try this path. Mountain sitting guest knew this path was equally arduous and even prone to madness, yet without a doubt, once successful, the power was terrifying. The ancient existences of Thunder Ancient Country were no less powerful than the emperors of Flame Wind Ancient Country. The name of great Saint Luo he was first spread throughout the land of origin. In Chu capital, many sought to visit and befriend Luo Feng, and some wished to become his disciples. However, Luo Feng was not inclined to take on another disciple. The first disciple he had taken in the land of origin had been taught by Morosa. Could he really take on another and still leave the teaching to Morosa? Master, recently there have been many inviting your disciple. Moyu Qingyang looked at Luo Feng. May your disciple go out? If you want to go out, then go. Luo Feng nodded. In the years to come in your cultivation journey, choose whatever friends you wish to make, and decide how to proceed on your own. Of course, you must also bear the consequences of your decisions. Moyu Qingyang, thoughtful, immediately responded, disciple understands. Luo Feng immediately turned and left. Qingyang, Morosa spoke, the waters run deep in Chu capital, and you, a little true god of void space, might be unaware even when calculated against by illusions and other methods. For the time being, I'll accompany you whenever you go out. Morosa was quite worried about Moyu Qingyang. Indeed, he had invested much more effort in teaching the disciple than Luo Feng had. That's great. Moyu Qingyang also breathed a sigh of relief. He had been feeling stifled practicing within the cave dwelling, and he was curious about Chu capital, one of the most bustling supercities in the land of origin. The primordial ancestor was also receiving invitations from some forces within Chu capital. The primordial ancestor naturally did not refuse anyone and accepted the invitations leisurely. Each time he attended, it was only his illusionary avatar. His illusionary avatar was a physical body almost identical to his true body, just without the true god's heart. Luo Feng's cave dwelling, quiet room, within the space of Star Tower. As a transcendence of primal chaos realm, Luo Feng mostly dismissed the visits from most forces within Chu capital, allowing him to focus on his cultivation. Brother Luo he, Emperor Chu Yu communicated, I've carefully checked some tasks with considerable merit points. They are all of very high difficulty, and haven't been completed by guest elders in a long time. You can take a look first. Soon, Emperor Chu Yu sent over a pile of detailed reports on the tasks. Luo Feng immediately reviewed them. The first task was the complete elimination of Lord of Seduction City from the Primal Chaos Realm. Lord of Seduction City, a pinnacle of Primal Chaos Realm, was a city lord within the Thunder Ancient Country. He had previously, during his travels, manipulated the desires of many creatures, causing numerous creatures to die, including 3 eternal true gods from the imperial clan of Flame Wind Ancient Country. When Lord of Seduction City realized the identities of the deceased, he immediately sought refuge in Thunder Ancient Country. This task was valued at 200,000 merit points. Complete elimination. Luo Feng frowned as he read, according to the task requirements. So-called complete elimination means making the enemy completely disappear from the land of origin, leaving no trace of his karma. As for whether the target could reincarnate, that was difficult to determine. After all, if the reincarnation was kept secret, no one could recognize it. Lord of Seduction City excels at manipulating the spiritual will. According to the intel, his spiritual will definitely reaches the godly king level. Luo Feng thought inwardly, my spiritual will at the second realm of godly king might only be slightly stronger than his, and even if I were to use the Lai Yuan technique, I could not kill him. The pinnacles of primal chaos realm, having cultivated for endless years, had greatly honed their spiritual will, even capable of creating their own secret techniques of willpower. To kill them with willpower alone, extremely difficult. There are quite a few bounty tasks. Luo Feng noted that there were many tasks offering bounties on powerful figures of primal chaos realm, all of which had remained uncompleted for a long time. On one hand, the emperors were disinclined to deal with weaker existences of primal chaos realm. Though primal chaos realm might have killed a few eternal true gods of the imperial clan, or been discovered stealing rare treasures, these minor issues were beneath the emperor's notice. And while some godly kings could kill a primal chaos realm, if the target regained consciousness for even a moment, they could directly reincarnate. That would then be another powerful enemy in the shadows. Godly kings didn't fear those from primal chaos realm, but what about their children and loved ones? Therefore, killing someone from primal chaos realm was indeed a troublesome task. Not many want to take on tasks that involve killing someone from primal chaos realm, Luo Feng thought. The difficulty in dealing with the master of Shi Kingdom will be much higher. After becoming a guest official of primal chaos realm, being a marquis of the first rank, Emperor Chu Yu also provided Luo Feng with a substantial amount of detailed intel from the entire land of origin. Luo Feng thus gained a deeper understanding of the strength of those three masters of Shi Kingdom from the past. Master of Tian Kuan from Shi Kingdom, a godly king of the second realm, as a guest elder of Flame Wind ancient country, who also practiced a powerful legacy, possessed formidable strength. There weren't many in the entire land of origin stronger than him, and his ability to save his own life was beyond question. Even if an emperor took action, being able to directly suppress Master of Tian Kuan, they couldn't claim to be able to kill him completely. Even the sin-laden ancestral god of the snow realm from the first realm of godly king had survived till today, which attests to the life-preserving capabilities of these ancient beings. The stronger the strength, the more mysterious and unpredictable the life-saving abilities. To completely kill the master of Tian Kuan from Shi Kingdom, ensuring even his reincarnation, is impossible. What level of power must I obtain? Luo Feng shook his head lightly. It's still far from me. This video will end here.